Do you think your tax preparer might be a scammer in disguise? If you're a business owner, that could be disastrous. That's why I'm going to walk you through the top 7 signs that you need to know about to make sure that you don't end up in a slinky. But before I do, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this wealth building information. So now, let's get after it. How on earth can they prepare your business tax returns without your books and records? So if you've heard that before, that my tax preparer prepared my returns and they didn't ask me for anything, that's probably a problem. At the very least, they should ask you for your profit and loss and your balance sheet. If that's not happening, then I can pretty much guarantee you your taxes are not being done correctly. Is your tax preparer claiming credits or deductions that you don't qualify for? You want to make sure that every deduction that goes onto your tax return, you have some awareness on it. You want to ask the questions as though your tax return is the same as you're going in for surgery. Don't let somebody file your taxes and you just accept what they're giving you and you sign off on it and hope for the best. Because nowadays, these scammers, they're at a whole nother level. Do you have a tax preparer that is insisting on cash payments only? Most tax preparers these days are doing everything electronically. As a matter of fact, they don't even want to accept checks. They don't even want you to write them a check. They want everything to be DocuSign, and you're gonna pay by ACH, or you're gonna pay by your debit card or your credit card. If they are asking for cash, chances are they're not a licensed tax professional. Chances are IRS is looking for them. You want to always reach out and call IRS for yourself, especially if you want to validate and set the record straight. If you are dealing with a tax professional and they file a power of attorney on your behalf, if your tax preparer is saying, oh, don't call the IRS, that's probably a problem. And it's probably because they don't want you to talk to the IRS, because the IRS is probably going to tell you that that individual is probably not a licensed tax preparer and they probably have heard about them before. Do you know your tax preparer's name? Is the name that you call them the name that they signed the tax return with? Check it out and make sure, because many times tax preparers go by one name and they sign the return under a completely different name because they're signing the tax return probably under somebody else's tax license. Make sure you know who's preparing your tax return. Where are your taxes being prepared, business owners? Does your tax preparer have an office? Do they have a P.O. box? Are they preparing online? I suggest you find out, because that is how your personal identifying information gets taken from you and you end up with identity theft. It's really important to know where your taxes are being prepared. Yes, a lot of financial office, tax office are going to this quote unquote remote work, but before they went remote, did they have a business location? Could you really verify who they are? Are they who they say they are? Have you put your eyes on them? I highly suggest you do. A real tax professional is never going to put you at risk. A real tax professional is going to have to tell you things that you may not want to hear. A real tax professional is going to tell you that possibly that refund you received last year, you should not have received because it was overstated. Do you want to hear the truth because you want to grow your business and you want to do the right thing? Because that's what a real tax professional is going to do. If you're looking for a real tax professional, I want you to comment, like, and subscribe, and click on the link below so that you can get an appointment with a real tax professional.